So if you don't know, that is me 10 years ago, working for $8.92 as a dishwasher. Oh, well, things will play itself out. Fast forward 10 years today, that's me working for one of the biggest tech companies running their YouTube channel. But you're wondering, how the hell did I go from uneducated, no experience, to working and editing for some of the biggest influencers today? The origins of me creating my first YouTube channel. A lot of y'all don't really stumble across who this person is. Well, if you don't know who I am, my name is Peter, based out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And almost a decade ago, social media content creation was so bizarre. Me talking to a camera is still kind of weird, but is much more socially accepted. When I first started creating this YouTube videos on this channel, people were like,
"What are you doing? You're so cringe. You should go back to school. Get a real job. Why don't you do something with your career?"
I haven't figured it out yet, or it's because I'm Asian and I don't really age. It's been quite some time now. It was a very uphill battle from the very beginning. A lot of loneliness, a lot of why isn't anyone believing in me? Why isn't there any support? When I first started, it started from a place of so much lack and need of like, why does anyone not believe in me? Pull your shit together and definitely put your mind to it and you can really do it. You know me, I went one stubborn person and I was like, oh yeah, watch me. Watch me, dude. The end of the story, bruh. Who just wanted to be like every other YouTuber, watching YouTube videos like Kev Jumba, Timothy Delgado, Just Kidding Films. I'm like, I want to turn on the camera and talk to the world. That was my passion. That was something that I found joy and so much happiness in. But I did have a burning desire to constantly get better. And that's the thing when you find joy, right? You find happiness in something that is, hey, I actually really like what I do. And I was really passionate about it. But instead, when I was 18 and 19 years old, I went to school for criminology and legal studies. Because when you're 18 and 19 years old, all the universities come into your high school and give them a little presentation to the kids that are so innocent and naive. You should go to university. You should study this. You should be more of a professional. If you graduate university, you will have a luckily much more of upper hand in society, which is we all know now is very different nowadays. So originally, I was this 19-year-old kid originally going to major in health studies, kinesiology, something that everyone else was doing, following the crowd, following the herd. I eventually chose criminology and legal studies because I was going to go into like social work, social services, or law enforcement, right? Me. But from me creating these little YouTube videos, it wasn't until my very last semester at university where I remember I was like, wasn't happy with what I was doing, going to lecture every day and being around a lot of not the greatest light bulbs around me. I'm like, I decided to create YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, let's start making YouTube videos and see where it goes. My last semester, I remember talking to other kids, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna? I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to my part-time job as a line cook and I'm gonna make YouTube videos. And people were like, okay, you go do that. So now, fresh out of university, I was roughly around $50,000 in debt. And if you live other parts, it's probably double or triple that. Not having a clue of what I wanted to do, partying, dating people I shouldn't have dated, getting my heart broken. Funny how things repeat itself. But I was just at such a low point in my life. Probably can't hear me, but it is currently 11 p.m. Got off at work at 5 p.m. Went to my second video gig, and now it's 11 p.m. It's all about that grind and like how bad you want it and like my work ethic. You know, hard work pays off. So I decided to, I need money. I need to survive. So what I decided to do was just continue working that part-time job that I held throughout university as a line cook and as a dishwasher to just pay off this huge amount of student debt that I had pretty much no money in my bank account. Still here, still doing the grind, but if it works out well, things will play itself out. But what I did have was, a smartphone that shot in like 720p and me wanting to talk to a camera and creating YouTube videos. And of course, people would be like, what the hell are you doing? Are you dumb? Are you cringe? What are you doing with your life? But I remember with my trembling and my stutter, I used to stutter way back in the day. I still do. And put my little smartphone onto my bookshelf and started to create YouTube videos. And I didn't know some way, somehow, but I was going to make videos. And I remember my first video back in the day where reaction videos were quite a thing. 10,000 views like that. I'm like, wow, I was not ready for that. People commented, people hated. And there's this viral video going around of this little Asian or Mexican kid. It was almost like a drug. A thrill of like, wait, there's eyeballs here. And then wait, I can make pennies from 10,000 views? Something has to work here. And then from that point forward, I made video after video, different video experiment, different video, and the numbers started to come in. People started to watch. People started to listen to what I said. Even though at those times I didn't really know who I was, didn't have much of a confidence, but I did it by just the pure courageousness of the point where I was so miserable in life where I'm like, I got nothing to lose.
The rules and stuff, and I just talk about stuff. Essentially, like, I won't know like how you're filming is in terms of like what we film until you actually film it.
And that's when things started to turn a little sour, where I was like, I want to do this full time. And my whole emphasis and point on that was like, 40 hours, man. I gotta stop working all these crap jobs and putting up with all this crap. No one believes me. How do I just work for somebody? From there, I worked for a fake guru. And we all know how that happened. Watch that video first to get the whole spiel. But it ended up being a fake guru that I made YouTube videos for their channel and their personal brand. But from that experience, being burnt out, making 5 videos a week for a year, I used that experience and worked for a real influencer and made them 3 videos a week for a year.
YouTube videos up until I hit 50,000 subscribers with my...
I essentially gave up my dreams for money. I used that experience from working for that influencer to working for one of the biggest tech companies in my city, making their YouTube videos. So here I am within all this experience, working as a dishwasher to big company to working for influencers, millions of views, making millions of videos, 1,000 videos under my belt, all by me. Chances are you probably come across a video that you did not know that I edited. And from all this, came from my just grunt effort of working a side job so I can buy my first camera. It came from my passion, desire to never, ever give up on myself. Even though there were times where I'm like down in tears and wanting to give up and shouting at the world, why is my life so hard? I did not give up on me. The most important person that I needed to like not give up on was me. But just like in Peter fashion, there's always juicy gossip and drama through each one of these experiences. And if you watch this far, I was actually laid off in a horrendous way. And here I am, almost like clockwork now, like a time machine, when I was 18 and 19 years old, not knowing what I wanted to do except for to talk to a camera. This crazy journey of mine, it all started by me just trying to chase my passions and turn that passion into a real thing. It all started with just a little thought in my dome. And look what happened. A lot of tears, a lot of fears, maybe too many beers. But in the back of my head, I'm still this 18, 19-year-old insecure dude that, struggled a lot with my own self-confidence, my own self-issues, and my own self-discovery. And here I am, walking through this entire journey again, going through this next story arc of mine. And I hope you're here for the journey. My name's Peter, based out of British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada, and I make content. I'll see you all in the next one.